Hi guys, today is very stormy and kind of scary where I live, but it has given me a very warm, nostalgic feeling for some reason. So I wanted to talk about some Disney things from my childhood that I don't see people talking about nowadays, and I wanted to see if maybe you guys have also seen these things and we could bond over how much we love them. Honestly, I probably could have just tweeted about this, but I finally felt like talking to a camera and that has not happened in months. So the first Disney thing I'm nostalgic for today is Sebastian's Party Gras. Now there are two VHSs that I know of, Sebastian's Party Gras and Sebastian's Caribbean Jamboree, that are about Sebastian, the animated character from Little Mermaid, hanging out with Samuel E. Wright, the voice of Sebastian, and they are putting on a show at Walt Disney World. It's kind of like a concert video, and there's antics that go on with putting on the show, and Sebastian and Samuel E. Wright talk to each other, and it's very funny. I only recently discovered Sebastian's Caribbean Jamboree. I grew up with Sebastian's Party Gras. My grandpa had it on VHS at his house, and so I would only get to watch it when I was there, but it always made me very happy, and I just love jamming to Caribbean music, and I don't think I understood as a kid that Sebastian and Samuel E. Wright were the same person, but it's fine. I highly recommend it if you are a Little Mermaid fan. I think it truly adds to the experience of the movie. The next thing I wanted to talk about is Sing Me a Story with Belle. Now this was a series where live action Belle would go to the library and read stories to a bunch of kids that she hung out with, and they would learn lessons together through stories. It was very nice and warm, and she had lots of friends. They had a cat whose name I don't remember, but they had a book named Big Book, and they had two bookworms that would hang out with them, and they were all puppets, which was really cool. And Gaston would stop by sometimes, and they would always teach him a lesson through stories, and it was really, really great. I especially loved that the theme song was literally just recycled animation from the song Belle, where all the townsfolk are opening their windows to say bonjour. They redubbed it so that they're in the theme song, and it's really, really funny. Way to recycle, Disney. Love it. The very last Disney nostalgic thing I wanted to talk about was Adventures in Wonderland. Now this is a show about live action Alice in Wonderland. So there's a live action girl playing Alice, and she would walk through her mirror with her hand out, and she would enter Wonderland where all of her Wonderland friends were, and whatever was happening in her real life would always be solved in Wonderland. She'd come to a realization that whatever happened in Wonderland that day, oh, that could be applied to my real life. It was great. When I was little, I lived in Japan, and at my Japanese preschool we had this little playhouse as part of our playground, and I would always enter it with my hand out like I was entering Wonderland, and then if other kids came into my little Wonderland house, I would get mad at them. I wasn't very good at sharing as a child. There was always songs and Adventures in Wonderland, and the cast was actually surprisingly multicultural for its time. The White Rabbit and the March Hare were both humans dressed in very scary bunny costumes. I was always very scared of their noses. I didn't like what that looked like on a human face. I think it's also why I don't like watching the live action Grinch, because the Who's noses make me very uncomfortable. Is that a real fear? I don't know. Thank you very much for watching. If you have heard of any of these very specific things that I have mentioned, I would love to bond with you in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a very magical day, and I will talk to you guys later. Disney Channel shows these days are just missing the classic Disney charm, so I say bring back Sing Me a Story with Belle. Let's start a petition. Let's do it, people. Sing me a story, or sing me a rhyme. Once upon a time when I sing a story, or I sing a rhyme, it's as though I've heard it for the very first time. That's the theme song.